Good evening, my dear. I hear that you're having those dreaded nightmares again, huh? It pains me to hear that. How did I know about your night terrors? Well, it's just one of my many powers as a vampire. Of course, I'm kidding. That would be an interesting ability, however. I know because I have a few loyal guards stationed around your housing quarters, mainly for your protection, but also for situations such as these. Apparently one of the guards said that he heard you tossing and turning in your room for a while, and after that, he said that he heard you scream or shout. I don't remember how he put it, but all of that aside, I decided that it would be worth my time to come and visit you, and I believe that I made the right call this time. Are you sure that you don't want me in here with you? You say that you're fine and all, but you aren't very talented in masking your emotions. Your face is pale, and I can practically see the fear emanating from your body. It's all right, really. I don't mind being by your side for the night if it will help you to feel better, or at the very least, if it will help you to fall asleep. I know that humans often admire the thought of someone taking care of them, and I'd be fine with providing you with that for the night if you'd so choose. But if not, I completely understand. Well, if you say so, I'll be going then. Enjoy the rest of your night. And, if you need anything, please let one of the guards know. They'll be happy to help you with anything. Good night, darling. Oh? A change of heart? That was awfully quick. Don't worry about it. Like I said before, I don't mind at all. All I care about right now is making you feel more comfortable. Mind if I sit here? So, was it the same dream again? I figured as much. I find it pretty strange that it's always exactly the same. And you said that you've never had the dream prior to becoming my pet? That is disappointing, and very alarming to say the least. Anyways, I actually have something to talk to you about, and it's in regards to your transformation from a human into a vampire. I was going to address it with you tomorrow morning, but as we're both awake, I might as well mention it now. It's been a few months now, and nothing has really happened yet, as I'm sure you've noticed. You have had the opportunity to drink of my blood, which is not something too many have been able to do. And since you're still a human, you're considered an easy target. Any jealous or spiteful member of the settlement could kill you at any moment without hesitation. Which is why I have your room heavily guarded with my most trusted, who have all already drank of my blood before, so there would be little need for them to kill you. Now, I don't have a clue as to why you aren't transforming properly, and I feel even worse knowing that you've been having outrageous nightmares every night since the day I've claimed you as my own. If I had to make a guess as to why you're having the dreams that you're having, it would be because of my blood, since its purpose is to act as a sort of virus on your body. But I've never heard of this happening before. Maybe you're just homesick. Who knows? Not to fear, however. Maybe we did something wrong. Maybe I missed a step or something. Maybe that's why you haven't transformed properly yet. Granted, you did drink of my blood, and that alone is generally enough to do the trick. So I'm kind of clueless at the moment. But rest assured, I'm constantly thinking about a way to help you out. I don't like the thought of you not getting a good night's rest. You humans need to sleep, and I don't want anything serious or fatal to happen just because of your inability to sleep that was potentially caused by myself. Thinking about it, we could just do it the old-fashioned way. You know, I bite you and you turn into a vampire. I don't like that way as much, but if it has to be done, it has to be done. I just dislike the thought of instilling fear into my prey, much less you, my beloved pet. I'd hate to have to bite and put you through that pain, as a transformation isn't exactly the most comfortable, I hear. But I believe that if you become a full-fledged vampire, you'll stop having the dreams that you're having, since my blood won't have an ill effect on you then. And if you become a vampire, you'll finally be able to defend yourself properly. But on the other hand, if we find a way to stop your nightmares from happening, we really wouldn't have to turn you into a vampire. The only reason why I even considered it in the first place is for your own safety. As I've said before, you're fairly safe while inside of my castle. But outside of my castle, I wouldn't be so sure. There's always that off chance that another vampire does decide to attack you, even if it is against the law to attack a human while inside of the settlement. I suppose you really wouldn't need to protect yourself much, however. Not while I'm around anyways. I don't think there would be too much of a need for you to wander about outside of the castle without me. Unless on a rare occasion, that is. I'll have you stay near me for the most part, and if I'm around, I'd find it hard to believe that another vampire would act stupidly enough to attack you or another human, knowing the consequences that I can serve. Thinking about it, I sort of like the thought of having a completely defenseless pet. A pet that would have to rely on me solely for anything and everything. One that would cling to me for defense. A pet that would obey any and all commands that are given to them. It sounds nice, does it not? Oh, you don't like that? I'm only kidding, of course. I think I am anyways. Back to the topic at hand here. I personally believe that the choice as to whether or not you should become a vampire is up to you. It's your life, and I'm not going to force you into becoming something if you truly don't want to. Like I said, I would feel uncomfortable putting you through that process anyways, but I would do it in a heartbeat if you'd so choose. I wouldn't blame you either way. If a certain degree of immortality and strength sounds good to you, with the added bonus of my blood not harming you anymore, then I'd choose to become a vampire. In the same sense, I don't think that giving up your humanity would be that easy either. Once you turn, you can't exactly turn back, so please, just give it a little bit of thought, okay? You'll be my pet either way, so don't worry too much about that. Good. I'm glad to hear that you're actually considering your options. I have a couple of intelligent friends. Scientists, if you will. Both vampiric and human. Maybe I could see if they would help us out with determining what is truly causing your chronic nightmares. It is entirely possible that we've been overthinking the situation. Maybe it has nothing to do with me or my blood at all. You could just be stressed out or something, but how would I know that? The worst that they could say is no, but it'll give them something new to study, so I'm sure they'd help us out. Not to mention, I could always just force them into helping us. Anyways, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I'm glad that I got that off of my chest. I didn't want you to think that I wasn't aware of your situation, or that I didn't care about what you were going through. If all of this is my fault, I'm deeply sorry, but we'll get through this one way or another. The time, let me see. It looks like it's about 2:30. I should probably stop talking and let you get some rest, huh? Am I tired? No, not really. Vampires don't get exhausted as fast as humans do. We can go for about as long as 3 to 4 days without needing rest. It's one of the many perks about being a vampire. It's also what makes us so efficient with whatever we do. We hardly need to take breaks to rest or to feed, as we only need to feed on blood about once a week to keep our sanity together. But just because we don't need to sleep every day, it doesn't mean that we won't. It's just more of a commodity than it is a need. Resting does feel nice to us too. Speaking of resting, I think it would be in your best interest to try and sleep now. We'll talk more in the morning, and don't worry, I'll be here with you until then. So try to rest easy, okay? Oh, don't worry about me. I could read a book. Or I could go over some documents that a lesser progenitor from this settlement sent me. I have plenty of things that I could do, and if I happen to run out of things to do, who knows? maybe I'll take a quick rest with you. Anyways, good night, my pet. Just try to get some sleep.